Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living, and today I'm going to be showing you how to freeze squash out of your garden. We had to pick quite a few pieces of squash yesterday, and we're not going to have time to get them cooked right away, so I'm going to freeze them. I'm going to show you two different ways to freeze your squash. The first way I'm going to show you is freezing without blanching. Now when you do this, you can put it in the freezer, but you need to use it pretty quick. We're going to be freezing some squash just for sauteing and cooking that way. The second way I'm going to show you, we're going to blanch the squash first and then freeze it. And when you do it that way, it's good for either stews or squash casserole or something where you're going to cook the squash up completely. Okay, so let me get the camera turned around over here and we'll get started. Okay, for the first way to do the squash, I like to use the young, small, tender ones to saute. So I'm going to take a couple of these. I'll just cut the ends off. Go ahead and get me a couple here ready. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and get them sliced up. Okay, now when you get this squash sliced, you want to be careful, don't slice your finger. Okay? The squash is a little bit wet, so what we're going to do, I've got a pan, I'm going to put the squash on here flat and just lay it out individually. If you put this in a bag right now, it'll all stick together and you'll just have one big lump of squash. So just lay out one single layer. I'm using all the big pieces first. Okay. So I've got all these pieces laid out flat and I've got them where they're not touching each other. I'm going to take the whole tray and I'm going to put it in the freezer and let it set for at least an hour. I'll check to be sure they're frozen. If it takes longer, I'll leave them just a little bit longer. But an hour should be enough. After they freeze, I'll bring you back on this part and we'll just put them in the freezer bag. Basically all you have to do. So let me stick these in the freezer right quick. Okay, the next squash I'm going to do, I'm still waiting on my water to boil, so it ain't quite come to boil yet, but I'm going to slice the squash. So let me get a few pieces sliced up right away. I'm not going to do all of these today because we are going to cook a couple of them, but we just can't cook them all right now. And the little slicer does have a thing you can hold it with, and it makes it safer. I don't use it every time, but it does pay to use it. Especially on that last cut or two. Okay, now I've only sliced up about 3 right there, and that's all I'm going to use on this for the video. But you can see I've got them in the pan here, all sliced up real nice. I'm waiting on my water to come to a boil, so I'll turn the camera off and be right back with you. Okay, I'm back now, and we've got the water boiling real good. So I'm going to take this squash, I'm going to put it in the pan of boiling water. The water is boiling on a real hard boil. That's very important. Once you place the squash in the water, it's probably going to quit boiling for just a little bit. Got to give it time to come back to a full boil. It usually takes less than a minute to do that. Okay. See, it's not boiling real hard right now, but in just within a minute it should start boiling again. As soon as it comes back to a hard boil, I'm going to turn the timer on, and we want to keep it on for 3 minutes. Okay, we're back to a hard boil, so I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes. And we will let it boil for 3 minutes, and I'll be right back with you when it gets to boil. Okay, the squash is boiling a real good hard boil, and I've got a pan of cold water over here. I'm going to add a little bit of ice to it to make sure it's real good and cold. It's got about 25 more seconds to finish boiling. I'll remove it from the boiling water and put it straight in the cold water to cool it down so that it'll quit cooking. Okay. Okay, it's been cooking for 3 minutes. So I'm going to turn it off, turn the timer off, and I'm going to put in this ice cold water over here. Okay, right in that cold water, and that will help it to cool down real quick. Okay, I'm going to let it sit here for about a minute or two, and then I'll bring you back. I'll show you how I bag it up. Okay, my squash has cooled down, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out and let it drain. When we do this, we try to freeze it in a container that's about the size that we will use the full serving when we take it out. And since it's just me and Marie most of the time for meals, about 1 quart will be a big enough container for this. Okay, I've got the squash drained, and I'm going to be putting it in a 1 quart freezer bag. And when you freeze it like this, when you get it out, it's all going to be froze together. But if you're using it for a squash casserole, or if you're using it for a stew or something, it don't matter that it's frozen together, because it's going to come apart when you start cooking it anyway. Okay, got just a couple pieces in the bottom. We're going to get it off. Okay, I got a last couple of pieces out here. Okay, I'll take that squash that's in the freezer bag, and I'll roll it up nice and tight to get as much air out as I can, and seal it up real good. And that can go in the freezer just like that. But I'm going to go ahead and take a marker pen. I'm going to take a marker pen and put today's date on it. Today is June the 6th of 2019, so we haven't marked it. The other squash that I'm freezing, the individual slices, they're going to need to stay in there for about an hour. So Maria and I are going to get us some lunch right quick, and I'll come back and show you how to finish those up. Okay, we finished our lunch today. Let me get these squash out of the freezer. Okay, let me turn the camera down so you can see it better. They've been in the freezer for about an hour and 15 minutes. And as you can see, they're not stuck together, but they are frozen. So all I'm going to do is put them in a bag. I've already wrote the date on this bag, so I don't have to do it. You want to get these back in the freezer just as quick as you can, because you do not want them to stick together. And we got a big freezer outside in our pantry, so we'll be carrying both of these outside to the big freezer. I just used a small freezer in here just to get them froze up. But there they are. They're actually frozen right now. These are good for, I would say, up to 6 months. These are to be used with things like sauteing them, frying them, those type of things. This is my other bag. I'm going to go ahead and carry it out to the big freezer. Now there is some water in the bag from where the squash still had water in it, but I did press all the air out. That's okay, because when you get ready to thaw it out, take it out of the freezer, just let it set a little while and thaw out, and then you can cook it how you normally would cook your squash. But this should be good for it will last up to a year. Some people say it will last longer than that, but we always play it safe. We try not to use anything that's been in the freezer for more than 1 year. Okay, so that's just a quick video to let you know how to freeze squash that's out of your garden. And I hope everyone enjoyed it. We appreciate you watching our videos. And if you will, please subscribe to our channel. And everyone have a great day.